All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with building a simple circuit, the third part of our Getting to Know Your Tools Project 1 in Tinkercad. So, we are going to actually build a real simple circuit. And once we get into class, we're going to do it for real as well, not just as a simulation on Tinkercad. So, that's going to be really exciting. All right, so as it says here, you're going to use the Arduino in this project, but only as a source of power. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about when I say the Arduino. And you have two different areas as a power source. This you can plug into a USB, and this you can plug into a 9-volt battery. Okay, and when you go ahead and put your wires here in the 5-volt and also the ground, the Arduino basically is going to provide you with 5 volts between those two pins, okay, that we can use. All right, so sometimes you'll see 5 volts written as 5V, or you see 9-volt battery written as 9V. So if you see me refer to it like that, you will understand what I'm talking about. If you look at the schematic right here, this is how you write things sort of in electrical language, right? Okay, so when we're talking here about resistors, this is how we would write it. It has these little squiggly lines here, okay? That's the symbol of a resistor in schematics for electricity. And it has the amount of resistance, and that, of course, as we learned previously, is measured in ohms, okay? The push button, so again, this is a closed circuit. That's why it looks that way, right? It's showing that it's closed. But that's what a push button would look like, or any kind of switch. Okay, a push button is just a type of switch, remember. And then you have your LED. That's what the symbol is here. I know it's like learning. It's learning like a secret code, like a secret language. You know what I mean? So you guys can start writing notes to each other. Except only Miss Pantella will know what they mean. Well, and you guys as well, of course. Anyway, so that's what the schematic looks like when you want to connect, say, a simple circuit, okay, where you have a resistor, a switch, and an LED bulb. And you're going to connect it to your power source here, which in this case, we're just going to plug into a USB. And then down here, you have your ground. Okay, so that's the whole connection. And that is exactly the same as this, right? You have your ground, and you have your power, which will come in here. Okay, just to let you know, that's what that is all about, what that looks like, what that means. All right, next step. Okay, so connecting the power. What we want to do, and I like these pictures because you can get a real close-up of this. I don't know what's wrong with my eye. Sorry, guys. We're going to go ahead and connect the positive, okay, the positive wire, which is red. Okay, we're always going to want to make that red to, and the ground wire, which is going to be black, which is our negative, if you will. Okay, and we're going to connect those to the rails on the breadboard. When I'm talking about rails, and again, if you go back into the slides I made you, I put even more descriptors on there. But just visually right now, if you look here, which see there's a row of negative pins and a row of positive, okay? And then there's again here, negative, positive. These are what are known as rails. So if I refer to the rails, that's what I'm talking about. And from here on out, as I mentioned before, but I'm going to mention it again, we want to be consistent with the colors of wires that we use, because there's certain things that are standard in electricity, and it makes it a heck of a lot easier if we maintain that, especially when we're exchanging ideas with each other and we want to be clear on what connects to which terminal and so forth. So when we're talking about connecting a positive wire, we use positive, red. We talk about connecting a negative wire. We're talking about using a black wire, okay? All right, so when we do this, we're going to go ahead and click here. And we're going to bring it over to the positive terminal. I think they connected it to the first one here. Yeah. Okay. And again, we're going to change that because it's positive. We're going to change that to red. And ground, we're going to connect here to the black. And we're going to make that black. Okay. So that gets us basically connecting power. Okay. And then we're going to move on to the next step in the next video, since I have run out of time in this one. Okay. All right. Next, we were going to add an LED and a button to the mix. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you in a little.